Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. We are continuing the ABC Stitch Along tonight. We are working on the letter M, the monkey. Last night we finished just the little banana, and that's it. Tonight we're going to start on the main body of the monkey. So, all right, let's get stitching. Okay, everyone, I'm going to scoot you over. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, so here's where we left off last night. It is the monkey, and we stitched the little banana there. We weren't on for very long last night. It was John's birthday, so I hung out with him by the fire pit. So we were only on just like a half hour last night. So tonight we're gonna start like the main deal, where I would normally start, just kind of on the outline. So we were kind of debating between two color schemes. Originally, the original pattern is close to these, like the brown for the main outlines and then the tan for the inside lines. But then we toyed with maybe doing these colors here, the lighter tan and this pretty like orangey pink, or pinky orange, I should say. And then I was like, oh, they're all kind of nice together. And we were kind of talking about it on TikTok. And the idea of like the two browns together was kind of nice. So I do actually kind of like that idea. And then this orange could be the letters potentially. And I still kind of want to fit in this tan. I'm wondering if like his like nose, maybe his nose is the tan. Or maybe nose and ears are tan. I think that would work. How about nose and ears are tan? The main body is brown, and then like this line up here, and then maybe the mouth, and then this line down here can be the light tan. Maybe the belly button is that color as well. So he's going to be like all sorts of browns basically. And then the orange can be for the letter. And I think the orange kind of goes with all these browns a little bit. So I really like the idea though of using them all because I do like them together. Like once we picked them all out, I'm like, oh dang, I've never done anything, I don't think, with all these four colors together, and I like it. So, all right, I think that's the plan. I'm going to start out, I'm going to leave these out just so I remember what colors they are there. And we're going to start with the brown. I might still do like black for the eyes. All right, I'm going to pull 24 inches or so here. And let's snip. And I'm going to pull 3 strands again. Let's bop the top there. Zoop. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And let's put those back together. We'll definitely need the other half of this. This is a lot of outline. So we'll need at least these two separations, these 2 sets of 3. I suspect we'll probably need more, but doing the 3 for now. All right, there we go. Run my hand through it. Amy's saying inner lines of the ears, fawn. I think that's a good idea. So we'll do like the nose, like all like the soft parts of like the body. So like the nose, the inner ear, and I think the belly button will do the fawn color. And then this big line here, maybe the mouth. The mouth could maybe be the dark brown. I don't know yet. But at least this line here and then this line here will do the light brown, the tan. So that's the teddy bear color. So the names of our colors are, this is walnut, and then teddy bear and fawn, and this one's Euro peach. All right, let's floss this up and get going. All right, so you know what? I think I'm going to weave into the backs of the stitches of this banana, and we will just start the outline right there versus starting with an away knot somewhere else. I love when I have stitches here already that I can weave into the backs too, so good enough reason for me to start in this spot, I think. Alright, let's flip them around, and whoop, did I end up on the outside? Yeah. Okay, so I am going to start my back stitch just kind of on the underarm here. Kind of curious how far, if I continue a back stitch around the bottom edge here, I'm kind of wondering how far this much thread is going to take me. My guess is, let's see, my guess is right to the bottom of the tail. All right, I'm going to see how close I can get, how close it is to that. Hopefully longer, but, you know, throwing it out there. Oh, Amy says, I just packed one of my strawberry trays for camping. That's awesome. I love these strawberry trays so much, especially for camping. I mean, having the top as a garbage, I highly recommend. Then you don't have like little bits everywhere. Ooh, I think that would work really, really well for camping. Fun! Ooh, camping. What's the weather going to be like? I'm asking because it's going to be like, it was high 90s here today. I think it's still 90 right now, and I think it's supposed to be kind of like that all week. By us, at least. Ooh, this is not feeling as dark when I'm stitching with it. In my head, it was a lot darker, but it's got like a nice warm brown to it. Oh no! So Ashley says I have all these kits and never use them. I need to start. Well, I'm here every evening putting in 1 more hour into my unfinished projects. So you're welcome to join me. Can finish all these projects together. I have gotten, so like I started doing these, just doing these lives probably around like 6 or 7 years ago now, like almost every night, which is crazy to me. That like sounds crazy. I'm gonna have to like look that up for real, like when we started doing these lives. It was back when Periscope just started, if anyone remembers Periscope. It was before anyone was allowed on Facebook lives, unless you were like a famous person. It was before then, and then when I was allowed to be on Facebook, I did Facebook Lives. But anyway, I've been doing it almost every night. It used to be every night. Now I just do the weeknights. But before then, I was hardly ever crafting or making anything at all. I just, I was just working, and just tired, didn't want to do any crafts. So as like a test of consistency, which I feel I was like really bad at, and I still kind of feel bad at it. I'm like, I'm going to do a live every night, and I'm going to just craft, and it'll like be like 2 birds with 1 stone sort of thing. And I have made so many things since doing these lives, just by putting in the hour every night. I mean, an hour every night sounds like a lot, but like when I'm just chilling here with you guys for an hour, man, I've gotten a crazy amount of, at least feels like to me, comparatively to when before I started the lives. I've gotten so many projects done and just learned so many more skills from just, testing things out and, trying things that you guys suggest and all that. So, man, I feel like I've definitely amped up my crafty skills since then. But yeah, so that makes me want to keep going with it for sure. Hanging out with you guys and just learning a ton. Running on experimenting and learning for sure. And these alphabet animals are actually from before then, before I was doing the lives. Like by several years, and we had never done them live here. We've done a couple letters like here and there, but we've never stitched the whole alphabet before, and that's kind of why we're doing this project. We're going to be stitching every letter of the alphabet. Letter M is actually the halfway mark. Ooh, my hand's like cramping up. Crack it. Ooh. But the monkey, letter M, is the halfway point. And we're going to be making it into a quilt. And then we'll be auctioning off the quilt. And then the money from the auction will be going to the Minneapolis Crisis Nursery. Oh my gosh, I am not going to get nearly as far with this as I thought. So I thought I was going to get to like right underneath the tail. I am not going to get that far with this thread. So my estimating game is a little off. I think I'll probably get to like, you know what, I'm going to get close, but I don't think I'm going to get all the way there. Oh, Olivia says this one and the giraffe are my fave. I love the giraffe. My husband's actually has stitched the giraffe. I have it nearby. So this is our giraffe one that we did for the quilt. This one's actually not done. We're hand quilting this one. Ugh, I love how the hand quilting is turning out. And you know, this tail we did special too. But my husband has actually stitched that one before, and he added like an extra tree branch so the giraffe could be eating the leaves and stuff too. Oh, let me check. I think I missed some comments. Oh, thanks, Olivia. Olivia says the design is so cute. So Ashley says, I want to embroider my daughter's bodices, but no motivation. Yeah, I know how that feels for sure. So one thing that helps me with motivation, and it's not even working on the project, it's like literally putting a scissors near the other project things. Like for real. Like sometimes it's literally the act of not having to look for a scissors helps. Do I quill? I'm just asking, is that a typo for quilt, or are you asking like if I quill like with the paper, like with the rolled up paper to do designs? I do quilt, and I've learned a lot of quilting over the years of doing these lives. I have not done quilling before though. That's like where you roll up paper, right? And you can make like beads, and you can make like whole shapes and stuff, and you kind of glue it down. That's called quilling, right? I just saw a video, like a TikTok of someone doing that. I think it's called quilling, isn't it? Oh, it is a typo for quilt. Okay, I do quilt. I am practicing my free motion quilting on my just home sewing machine, so that's kind of on my agenda of getting better at. I have started doing more hand quilting. Definitely not good at that either, but working on that as well. So here's like some of the hand quilting that we're doing for this quilt, and here I got some machine quilting. So this is done with the sewing machine by actually just moving the fabric around. Like the sewing machine stitches in one spot, and then you like basically move to draw. Whereas the hand quilting here, I'm actually using like a needle and thread and like hand doing all of it. So we wanted to get at least one hand quilted piece in the quilt here. And we're doing the quilt as you go method. So you might have noticed like I'm doing these all in separate pieces. And this one we don't have done yet, but you know, here's another one. Here's our little inchworm. We're doing them all in separate pieces. Quilted, so like this is fully quilted with the back, the middle, and the front. I will be actually assembling these, I mean in alphabetical order, but we'll be sewing them together with a little binding strip. So we're going to have like a little colorful strip in between, and then that strip will also be on the back, and then the back strip will cover up our seam. So it's a process called quilt as you go. And that's how we're going to be assembling all of these. But it's really fun and a lot easier to practice when you are working on smaller pieces like this. and then like putting them together later. So I'm excited to do that. We haven't actually put any of them together yet, but we could. I mean, we have enough done. We just haven't done it yet. Oh, I'm like, I'm like, somewhere is my extra piece of brown. I'm gonna need that soon. That's our progress so far. So we almost have all of them quilted that we've stitched so far. They're just not like assembled in that final quilt as you go. Ooh, so Ashley says, I'm a seamstress, but I don't quilt. That is a big thing I'm like wanting to get into at some point. That is like a whole different world that is a little scary for me, but I like my goal that I haven't started yet, but like, you know, a dream that I want to do, but like I said, haven't started. Oh my god, you guys, look, I'm gonna totally get to like exactly where I thought this was gonna get. Oh dang, this is, you know, holy cow, watch this. I am literally gonna get to where I thought from like right here, how far I thought I'd get with the embroidery floss. Dang, I'm gonna weave it in right here. I totally got to that. Okay, I'm impressed with myself, just saying. That was like, I feel like it's ingrained in me now, like how much floss gets me. That's crazy. Okay, I'm impressed. Anyway, my like dream with making clothing, besides knowing all the tricks of the trade, like a seamstress would, where's my scissors? I would love to just, from measurements, be able to draft a flat pattern with only having measurements and then know that that's going to just sew up to be like exactly what I want. I love that. I love the idea. Like my mechanical math brain or side of things, just that makes me feel like so happy. Like the idea of like, here's some measurements, get a ruler, get a big piece of paper, shimmy sham them all on there, get your angles, and then know that that's going to, when you cut it into fabric, is going to be just right. Like, that sounds so cool. So I do have some drafting books. They were recommended. This has been on my brain for a long time. So like a year ago, someone recommended like the books that they had, that they used at like FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, the books that they used for like their textbooks. And I found them on eBay or something a long time ago. So I have the educational tools for it, I suppose, besides obviously like watching videos and learning from people and that sort of thing. But I have like the textbooks, and I've looked through them, but I want to go through them like beginning to end, and I have not done that. That feels like a big project in my head, and I feel like I got to finish a whole lot of other projects before I start that. But soon it might bubble to the top. Every once in a while, an idea, you know, all my ideas are like things I want to try are brewing. And every once in a while, some ones that are low in the pot boil up to the top, and then I just have to work on them right away. So maybe I just need to get the books out and let them sit here and put a scissors by it. Maybe that will be enough to get me going through those. But I for real need to finish up some projects. I have a couple other quilts that are just undone. I need to just, a few even just need a few extra stitches. But I do have a few quilts that are all pinned together and just need to be quilted. I just need to like ram through those somehow. I'll feel a whole lot better. I'll feel like I've gotten, like I don't have a lot of projects hanging out once I get those, and I think that's a good enough reason to work on them, I think. Ugh. Have to get them out and put them near me. Oh, Dragonfly says, my grandmother used to hand make baby blankets and used to do cross-stitching. Oh, that's so amazing. I do have a baby blanket I need to finish. Oh, actually, I finished the baby blanket. My brother's wife is having a baby real soon here. It's crazy. Time goes crazy by. But anyway, I gotta finish up all the stuff I'm making. or the stuff that I have for her. And actually, I crocheted a baby blanket, so that's done. I need to wash it yet to like fluff it up. But I have an old quilt. It's not an old quilt. It's a quilt I made a few years ago. It was meant to be a baby quilt, but it got like this little like an oil stain almost on it. I think maybe I had too much oil in my machine or something, but it had an oil stain on it, and I never gave it to the person. And that I washed it a few times and just tried to get that oil bit out, and I just can't get it out. So I think what I'm going to do instead, and I'm not even sure it turned out great, but I'm going to cut it up and make like a really big floofy tote bag out of it, and I'm going to put all the gifts and stuff in that tote bag. And who doesn't need a tote bag to carry around a bunch of crap? So I need to cut up this quilt, and it has stars on. It'll work for a baby blanket or a baby gift. But I want to put like the blankie and the little toys and stuff in it. So that needs to get done. I need to make some bias tape for that. So I do have some like time sensitive projects that I need to zoom up on the agenda here. And then I gotta get just all those quilts done. Man, if I could get all the quilts done and just be working on like this quilt, I'd feel so light and clean. I think. Isn't that horrible? Like, just like, sometimes it just feels like a lot, but I still want to start new projects and try new ideas and stuff still. Which I allow. Like, I let myself start new projects. But then there's just sometimes when I'm like, nope, I'm getting all these old projects done, and it feels good to just kind of plow through those quick. Oh, what's my thread distance on this guess? I'm a little far. You know what? I'm probably just going to get through the tail. Oh gosh, not even. A lot of surface area on the tail. But that's crazy. I cannot believe that I got like right there from guessing over here. I suppose it wouldn't be that hard to guess really, because a stitch length, I mean, we know we're going to have this distance, and for a back stitch, you kind of have like that distance again, or like almost twice, so this is probably like a third of what my thread was, so I suppose you can visually sort of calculate it. Oh, thank you, Jeffy. What is the name of that stitch? Oh, we are doing the back stitch right now. Unless I was showing something earlier. But right now we're doing the back stitch. So I'm coming up, forward along my line, and then I'm going backwards along the line to where my last stitch ended up, and I'm going in that exact same hole. So forward, I'm coming up, going forward, and I'm going down in the same hole, going backwards a stitch. Hence called backstitch. And we are almost out of thread again, so gosh, I'm going to make like half this tail. Dang, see, that seems crazy, because it was the same amount of thread, right? And this length seems a lot longer than what I've stitched so far, but I guess we have a few more stitches to go yet. But yeah, anywho, we will be working on this little monkey feller for the rest of the week. Actually, on Friday, you guys, I will not be here again. We're going to go visit John's family last weekend. Or not, like 2 weekends ago or whatever, we visited my family. And this weekend, we're going to visit his over in Wisconsin. So no Friday again, but I'll be back on Monday. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I'll be here. And I think it, pending we don't do anything super fancy all of a sudden, like how we did, we got a little fancy on the lion, so he's taking a whole lot longer. We're not done with him. We still have the stitching up here, but pending we don't do anything as fancy on this guy, we just do the outlines and the satin stitch letters, I think we should still be able to get him done by Thursday. And if not, I will stack him up with the lion and I think the giraffe. I mean, the giraffe is stitched, it's just not finished quilting. And then we have the koala as well, yet that's not quilted. So those are the ones kind of in the unfinished zone. But typically these are going pretty quickly. So maybe after next week, when I'm here all week, we'll have like an extra day that we can kind of finish up whatever we don't have done. But again, I think we'll get this monkey done. Although we did have a short day yesterday too, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, this is my last stitch. I am out of floss again. Looking cute from the back though too. All right, I'm gonna weave in the ends, so that's how I finish the ends. I go back and forth 3 times. Ooh, almost don't have enough thread to do this. All right, there we are. And then scissors. Oh my gosh, I keep I'm expecting my scissors to be like right where my right hand is, but I keep putting it back in the strawberry, so it's so I know where it is, but my hand keeps wanting to go right here to pick it up, and that's not where it is. All right. I need more brown. I need fresh brown. So let's get it off of the bobbin again here. Oh my gosh, I don't know if anyone saw my basically a stitch with Atom Heart cross stitch on TikTok. I just posted it. But they have an amazing way to separate the floss. That's basically the same way as this, but they do it while it's on a bobbin, and they make the coolest looking bobbins. I just ordered a pack, and they're sparkly. The ones I ordered are sparkly and pink. So what I'm talking about are these little bobbins, but they have extra holes and stuff, so you can actually put your thread. With cross stitch, a lot of time I see people storing their thread pre-cut like that, and then they can just pick pieces of thread off of it. But her bobbins that she makes out of acrylic, they have a bunch of extra holes to hold thread and stuff. I ordered some of those this evening, and I can't wait to check them out. But I love the way that she pulled her floss from them. So definitely check out that vid. And I do have a link to the full video of hers, backlinking to her video to watch the whole thing. But I did order, I mentioned her bobbins in there, or the thread holders in there, and I ordered some this evening. So I'll share those with you when they come in for sure. Okay, 3, and let's get these back together again. Ooh, February says my favorite animal is a penguin. Oh my gosh, they're just the cutest. We don't actually have... Oh yeah, we do now. I was like, we don't actually have an embroidery pattern of a penguin, but we do. We did one last winter. We have 2 little penguins, an adult penguin and a little gray fuzzy one, skiing down a downhill skiing hill. They're swishing by each other. So we do have that embroidery design for penguins. But before then, we didn't really have a penguin design, which was silly since, it's in the name and everything. We have our little penguin and fish needle minders, but now we have an actual penguin pattern. The little skiing penguins. All right, weaving in the ends to start again. Alright, hold on. Okay. Let's weave in this end. Oh, Amy says skiing, I just did that one. Oh, fun. Yeah, I know, it's getting to be time to start stitching all the winter holiday ones. Oh, how I can't even thread one needle in the hole. Oh, February. I will show you how I thread my needle. I love this method. It's called the pinch method. First thing you want to do, I didn't do this, but it's good practice too. The first thing you want to do is snip a nice end so you have like a nice clean end. Now I don't put it in my mouth or anything like that. But so this is what I do. So here's the whole process. Like I'll hold it in my hand, I'll pull with the other hand until it's like hidden in my fingers just about, and I can make this pinch motion. It's kind of weird with my longer nails, but like I can pinch it and I can unpinch. So when I unpinch, I can see the thread. So I want to pinch it so I can't see it, so that flattens it out. And then I unpinch, and the moment I can see a little bit of that thread, I'm going to lay my needle right on top, and I'm going to kind of push down a little bit. So now if I hold that needle against my finger, you can kind of see that the little threads are sticking through. I'm just going to grab those threads with the other side, or on the other side, and then pull them through. So what it looks like when I do it like real time, here, I'll just go through it again and then I'll do it real time. So I'm pulling it down, so it's like in that pinch position again. Give a little pinch. I unpinch, and the moment I can see that color come up, I stick the eye of the needle on top, push down. I can see those threads on the other side, and I just grab them and pull. So that's my go-to way. I do have a needle threader. That I can use. Oh yeah, that time I messed it up. So here's, oops, lost my needle. Hold on. For a needle threader, would look something like this, a typical needle threader. It'll have like a little wire here. And so the wire, and it has like a little diamond, a diamond shape in the wire. I don't know if you can see that very well. Maybe it's easier on the white. I don't know. Anyway, so this is easier to thread through a needle because it doesn't like flop around like floss does. So you can thread that. You let the needle dangle on it, and then again, because the diamond is like a bigger hole than the eye of a needle, it's a little easier to stick your floss through there. So you basically have floss through the diamond and then the needle with the wire on it, and then you can just pull the needle back over, pull it off, and that is another way to thread the needle. But that pinch method, I love that. Just pull it up, get the little pinch motion going. The moment I see the thread, I can push down over it, and then I just grab the other side. So that's that. I don't know if anyone else uses that method. Let me know. I know some people do basically the same thing, but they fold the thread over their needle first, but I don't like that way because you're basically doubling up the amount of thread you have to fit through the needle. So I just cut yourself a clean end, and that pinch method is pretty good. I think the needle threader, if it's hard to see like the thread and that sort of thing, I think a needle threader is a good way to go. Oh, nope, and I don't tie the ends either, so I actually weave the ends in. I mean, you might have seen me do that with when I finished a piece of thread, and then if I already have stitches, I will start my thread by weaving in the ends. I go back and forth between the stitches like 1, 2, 3 times. It's that third time that kind of locks it in. And then when I don't have any stitches on the piece yet, I do what's called an away knot, where I tie a knot in the end, and just imagine this isn't here. I will, like if I wanted to start stitching here, I would actually go from the front to the back, through the fabric though. I'm just trying to show you a little bit, and then I'd come up stitching, but I'd have a knot on the front. So I'll just go through. And what it would look like is, let's say I came up to stitching here. There would be a knot right here. And then I'd come up there, and you're basically got a little piece of floss here. You probably want more like 4 inches worth, but I'm reserving that floss to weave in later. So once I get a bunch of stitches made, then I will cut this off, and then I can weave it into my other stitches, if that makes sense. And the reason I don't like knots on the back, I mean, they're totally fine, like, who cares? But I like doing it for myself because 2 reasons. I hate when when you tie a knot, you have like that little bit of an end of a knot. I hate when I accidentally pull some of those threads through to the front, and I feel like that always happens to me. So, you'll tie a knot and then you do a stitch and it'll pull up those threads. For some reason, that just like so annoys me. And the other thing is when you have knots on the back, I feel like your thread can catch on that knot, and then you'll just keep stitching and stitching, and then you'll flip it around and realize, oh, it caught that knot 20 stitches back. That sucks. So by weaving in the ends, you like totally eliminate both those issues, which it just makes me feel better. And yeah, and as a result, I feel like the backs of my embroideries end up being a whole lot cleaner because I'm not accidentally catching on those knots, if that makes sense. So that's what I do. I didn't always used to do that, and still like knots are totally just fine too. But now that I've been doing it for a while, I just really, really like it. The weaving in the ends. Man, just not to pull those little fuzzles through the front. Ugh, I hate that. Oh, Amy says she does the pinch and fold, where you pinch it on your needle and then, or like fold it over the needle and then, oh, you do both. Oh, Amy says she does where she folds it over the needle to get like that nice edge and then thread the needle, and then also doing that pinch method. Neato. Dang, there really is, once you think about it, there is kind of like a lot of surface area on this guy just for this outline. Like, in my brain, I'm done with this outline, but I'm still only on the tail. Been chit-chatting, and usually when I get yammering, all of a sudden I'm done. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm done with that outline. Now I feel like I've been talking for a long time and I'm in the same spot. Oh, but I guess I was showing how to do stuff. That makes more sense. Never mind. I'm always excited about and willing to stop to show how to do things, so. Alright, 2 more stitches for his little tail. I think I made these stitches a hair bigger than over here, but that's fine. Alright, now I'm back to his little side. I think this thread will get me past the armpit. I think I'll get like down to the hand, maybe. The non-hand, the little pointy bit. I guess this side he has a thumb and a palm. This side he just says pointy arm. Man, I was thinking we'd get to other colors tonight, but we are just gonna be doing his outline. But really, once we get this outline done, there's not really much to do on the inside. So that'll go faster. And then the M's, if we do a satin stitch for that'll take a little time too. There's a lot to stitch with those M's as well if we're doing satin stitch, like versus like the L's didn't have that much, but the M's, they're pretty big. All right. I think we'll get a little farther. John ate his last piece of carrot cake, birthday cake, that we made last weekend. His birthday was actually yesterday, but we made the cake at my parents' house the week before and brought it home and froze it in pieces. He ate the last piece of his birthday cake today, and I think I might have some of my birthday cake. I got that. My mom made that rainbow chip birthday cake for me. I think I might have a piece of that in the freezer still. I'm gonna have to. My birthday was like in July, so we have the summer birthdays, but I think I might have a piece in the freezer yet, and that would be amazing. I'm going to eat that when I'm done here. I'm going to be sad if there's none in there, which there very much could be. Oh well. Alright, I think this will be my last stitch. Yeah, for sure, with this thread. Okay, let's weave it in. So flipping it around again, and I'm going to go back and forth in between stitches 3 times. I'm just trying to grab as many stitches as I can. And people have all sorts of different ways of, how they like doing this, finishing their thread, but I'm still like this. Ooh, and my thread's not really long enough to go another time, so I'm actually going to go in with the eye of the needle. So if your thread's too short, you can do that. It's a little difficult to get them through, but there we go. All right, and then we can trim those ends. The other thing about when you weave it in 3 times, you can trim the ends like right close to the rest of the thread, so you don't have like all those ends flailing out everywhere either. But yeah, the back is looking pretty nice. Okay, oh, I do have another piece here. I'm like, oh, let's cut another piece, but I got the other half of it here yet. Oh, Facebook, I can't see your comments again. It's annoying. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to... Maybe when I'm done here tonight, I'll what do you call that? I'll like log out and come back in. I can't delete the app because I'm watching it on I'm on the internet. I'm in a web browser for the Facebook thing, so I can't like delete the app and open it again on my phone, but I can log out and come back in. So we'll see if that works for tomorrow. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I wove it in 3 times there to get it started again. The 3rd time kind of locks it in so it doesn't fall out, or so it doesn't like pull out if you yank it. Alright, so we are getting to the head here. Kind of have to choose what direction I want to go in. I think I want to go... I don't know. I think we'll just go that way. Keep going clockwise. So if anyone is new, I am here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and I just work on projects here for about an hour. We're doing a lot of embroidery stuff lately. We kind of plan out our weeks. So the first week of the month, we work on a letter from the alphabet here. This is one of our big projects for the year, is our ABC quilt along. We're going to be making all these embroideries into a quilt. So I have a letter for each letter of the alphabet or an animal. Oops, I'm going to redo that stitch. Oh, I can tell it's getting late if I'm redoing stitches. Perfectionism doesn't like hop on until I get more tired in the evening. So normally I would have been like, but no, I want to go back and I missed, I didn't get right in the same spot here. There we go. But yeah, so we're working on a quilt with the whole alphabet, and we're going in order. So I think letter M was the center, or like halfway through. So we're doing a letter for the first week of the new month, and then we're doing the next letter the second week. After that, we stitch the third week of the month. We embroider the embroidery of the month, which is our garden, like our isometric garden pattern. So we'll be stitching this up. This is one of our kits. We'll be stitching that up the third week of the month, and then that changes every month. And I think we'll do one more stitch here and then do the round part of the ear. And then the fourth week, or the whatever days are left, we are basically our free week. So we'll quilt, we'll do some tatting, we'll crochet, we'll, sew some zipper pouches, whatever it is that we want to kind of be working on. Those are our free days. That last week plus whatever days are left. So that's our schedule for this year, or at least till we get done with this ABC. Oh, and that fourth week we do work on the Splendid Sampler 2 quilt along, which we've been doing for years now. There's 100 different quilt blocks for that, and we've been gradually ticking away on that. So we work on that like 1 or 2 days in that last week. Eventually we'll finish that up. That feels like a project I need to spend like, I don't know, 3 hardcore weeks on, and then it would be done. Ugh, I don't know if that's true. A lot of those blocks take a long, long time, I think. Oh, Lil Brittany says, I feel like you'll need 2 weeks for the new month one. It looks like a lot. You know what? It might actually take a little longer. So I'll show you the finished version. So here's the finished version of it. There is quite a lot going on in it, and we're going to be working on like what we're stitching first versus last. So like the things farther back, like this bench is like behind, this little lattice area. So we'll be like doing the bench first before, these vines, and, or like we'll be stitching this tree before we stitch this fence. So it'll be like an exercise of like choosing what to stitch first, and then next, and etc. And we'll be doing it with 2 strands of thread too, just to make it our lines a little bit more delicate. But yeah, this feller may take a little bit longer than usual, but I don't think by too much longer. Maybe a day or 2. We'll see. But yeah, maybe. February is asking, are you making the quilt for someone or yourself? So all the sales, we're donating a percentage of sales of the patterns and stuff for this project, both the digital patterns and the paper patterns, to the Minneapolis Crisis Nursery. And then the quilt, we will, when it's done, like, I don't know, next year, mid-spring is where I'm kind of guessing it'll be done. But when that's done, we'll be auctioning it off. So we'll be like selling it to whoever. We'll be like putting it on an eBay auction. And then the money from that will also go to the Minneapolis Crisis Nursery. So someone hopefully wants to buy it for a bunch of money so we can donate it to the Minneapolis Crisis Nursery. That's the plan. But that will be like mid to late spring, I think, next year. Because I think our last letter was going to be done February-ish, and then we still have to make the rest of the quilt yet. But yeah, so that's the future of these guys. So hopefully we can sell the quilt for a good enough amount. I'd like to be able to, donate as much as we can there. But some of these I want to do another version of them. We talked about stitching up a whole nother set of these. I probably wouldn't do that live just because, we're doing it now. But I want to do another set to make it into a fabric alphabet book. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but the idea came up when we started talking about this project on the lives, and I love that idea. So I do want to potentially make an alphabet book. I have like a idea of how I might do that, but I haven't tried it yet. That actually might be a good idea to do a test one before I like like a muslin before I stitch a whole nother set and then sew them together and realize it doesn't work. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, daughter, do I have a schedule on the projects you'll be doing so we can purchase ahead of time? Well, it's basically just 2 projects. It's this ABC stitch along, and again, we'll be doing this till, probably April, May of next year of 2023. So there's plenty of time to catch up with us on this project. And then the other scheduled project is the embroidery of the month. And that is a new embroidery every single month. We release it on the first of the month. You can subscribe to it, or you can just buy it outright. If you subscribe, you get 20% off of them all, but that'll be a new one every single month, and that's the 3rd week of the month. So the first 2 weeks of the month, or full weeks, the first 2 full weeks of the month we're working on this ABC stitch along, and then the 3rd week is the embroidery of the month. The 4th week, our free week, sometimes it'll be a project that we plan and we'll let you know what that is. Like if you're on our newsletter for sure, we'll let you know what's needed for those when we do pre-plan them. But usually it's just trying out an idea that someone had on a live, or finishing up some other random projects that we have, or just chilling, working on one of my just relax projects. I'm doing like a little crochet project, and I'm doing a tatting project. Sometimes it's just like, hey, let's just chill, knit some rows or something. But now we have enough. I could come back and do, we could hand stitch more of these or something on some of the free weeks. But we do, every once in a while, plan a project for those free weeks. And if we do that again, we'll let you know beforehand. Anything special is needed. Okay, this is ending up in a great spot. I do have to get more floss, and I think we'll probably end it when I end the live tonight when I get done with this floss. But this is a great spot for this to end as far as where to go next, because I have the bottom of his chin to do, and then the outside of this ear and this arm. So this ended up perfectly, because now I can start here and then get all of this all at once in one nice flow where I don't have to hop around. If I would have finished this thread down here, then it would have been annoying, because I'd only have this little chin, and then I'd have to jump to the ear and then do this. So this is getting done at just the right spot. I'm going to try and get one more stitch out of here, which is maybe a mistake. Oh no, it's just enough. So all right, let's finish this stitch and we'll weave that in. Uh-oh. I think one of these threads got a little shorter, but I think I got it. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. I'm trying to get as many different threads as I can as I go through each pass. It's kind of like tying a long knot, sort of. Trim. And there we go. So that's some progress tonight. I mean, we just started with the banana, so we stitched all of this tonight. I'm pretty confident that tomorrow, I do have to get more thread, but tomorrow we will finish up the brown, at least the outline. And then let's see, what did we say? We wanted the orange for the letter M's down here, and the tan, so it's just like a little lighter version of this. We're gonna do for like this half circle here and like the belly circle, and then I think the fawn color will be the inside of the ears, the nose, and the belly button. You know, I think his smile will either be dark brown or we'll bring in some black. I think we'll do black for the eyes. I kind of like how that pops when we do the dark color for that. So we might do that for the mouth too, or the brown. I don't know. Something like that. We can make that decision when we get to it. But I do still like this color scheme of like these pretty browns with a little bit of orange. I think that'll be fun. So these guys will all still go up here, and we'll get that guy down there. I think he's turning out pretty cute. All right, everyone. So I think we will stop there for the night. I'm loving how it's coming out here. And I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time for another hour tomorrow. And I think we'll definitely get this outline done. I think we'll get the outline plus the little tummy outlines done for sure. Actually, I think we might even like get the whole outline of this whole thing done, which would be awesome because then, because it's Wednesday already, yeah. So let's shoot for getting the whole monkey done tomorrow because I think we'll need Thursday to do the satin stitch for the letters if we do end up doing that completely satin stitch. We don't change our mind. So, all right, that's the schedule in my head right now for finishing this. And then I won't be here again on Friday. We'll be visiting John's family. So then I'll be back on Monday after that. But all right, and I'm having my special still, so order during this live. I know we're finishing up the live, but order like within 10 minutes after this live, $20 or more from the Penguin and Fish shop, and I'll throw in a mystery gift for ya. All right, everyone, have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.